XFM News on point.
The news on XFM. I'm Chris Tim. The Inspector General of Police has instructed all the territorial commanders to effectively use the words of proclamation before dispersing the crowds. He also tasked them to follow all the procedures by indicating the method that they are going to use in dispersing the crowds, the direction which has to be followed, not just to fire tear gas anyhow. The police PRO, Fred Enanga, says that all the presidential candidates have been instructed also to follow the campaign schedules as well.
But also we've noted that in this campaign schedule, some of the politicians are diverting from the intended venues and would want to engage and also meet people in other venues that are not on the campaign schedule, which we are not in agreement with. However, the IGP has instructed the direct operations, all zonal and territorial commanders to ensure all unauthorized rallies, assemblies and processions are blocked. Any territorial commander who fails or refuses to take the actions necessary will definitely face sanctions.
The Electoral Commission has warned presidential candidates over the abuse of the COVID-19 guidelines ahead of the 2021 general elections. The Commission's chairperson, Simon Byabakama, passed the warning after a closed-door meeting with some of the presidential candidates to devise means on how to effectively implement the COVID-19 guidelines. Byabakama said that a number of presidential candidates have abused the guidelines through holding mass rallies and processions, which is contrary to the law, as he passed on a warning.
Each one of us has a personal or individual responsibility to avoid contracting the virus and also to make sure that those around us do not contract the virus by observing a space. You are being lifted shoulder high. Surely, are you mindful of COVID or not? These are the aspects we pointed out. And way forward, we have agreed the candidates have reiterated, or their agents have reiterated their commitment to ensure that the candidates comply with the SOPs.
General Henry Tumukunde of the renewed Uganda platform will today officially launch his manifesto in Fort Portal City in the western part of the country. Tumukunde says he chose Fort Portal because of the fundamental role the people of Toro played during the liberation struggle.
Because I think the Batoro are the most, them and Burmese people are the most betrayed people by this, which we call the revolution. It all started here as it started in Burmese. I'm sure when you went to launch President Museveni, you must have seen Burmese. Come to Fort Portal where I'm launching this manifesto, I'm reminding them that they could have been better remembered. So I'm here to remind our Toro that this is where it all sprang, that the success of the current government has got, I passed through Rwanda today, has got a credible indebtedness to the Watoro, and I have come to, and of course other people who live in this region, the Wachiga and the Wakonja.
Now, Tumukunde said this at a media briefing he held last night. The Chief of Staff of Renewed Uganda, Beatrice Chiraso, said that she left the NRM and opted to support General Tumukunde because the NRM derailed from its core values of its establishment and is now filled with self-seekers.
We have veered off from what the government intended to be or to do because a number of people came in and they had their own intentions. There's no doubt that the old man who has brought us this far, who has done all the good things that we know, is aging, but has also been surrounding himself with people who have got their own intentions. And that is very dangerous for a country. It's dangerous because very few people in this country call the shots.
In world news, Joe Biden has warned people may die if his incoming presidential administration continues to be impeded by Donald Trump. Speaking in Delaware, the president-elect said coordination was needed to tackle the coronavirus outbreak. He called on President Trump's refusal to acknowledge he lost the vote, despite calls to do so from both sides, totally irresponsible. This is not a game, former First Lady Michelle Obama wrote on social media. President-elect Biden has 306 votes in the Electoral College, surpassing the 270 threshold needed to win. Yet Mr. Trump, a Republican, tweeted on Monday morning, "I won the election." In sports, The Uganda Cranes returned today into the country from Nairobi, Kenya, where they lost to South Sudan by 1-0 in an AFCON qualifier played yesterday. The defeat limited the Cranes' chances of qualifying for the AFCON finals with 2 games to spare. Uganda are now second in Group B with 7 points, while Burkina Faso, that drew 0-0 with Malawi, tops that group with 8 points. In some other sports news, Express FC goalkeeper Dennis Otim is impressed with the squad recruited by the club management during the transfers. Otim promises the Wankulukuku side will perform well during the league.
These boys are really good, and Express deserves where it is to be. It's a big team. It deserves everything better than before. And I believe with the help of God and the talent that He gave me, I'm here to serve Express as a person and as their own in everything that I'm capable to give them. When I look at Kambale, I look at Kalanda, I see national team materials, I see great people, and I'm so glad to be with them, especially the technical team. You see right from the coach, the assistant, these are all national team players before. So we are in the right hands and we're ready to go.
And that's the latest XFM News.
XFM News on point.